Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to this presentation of the EduLead program as it was launched in Tanzania since 2018 to date. The topic is towards improved performance in education supervision, the case of Nama schools, IHSAN and Al-FAROUQ Secondary. The presenter name is Rashidi Bilingi. Now, in this presentation, you will have to see the following. You have to hear the following, and then you will see, because you are viewing the presentation through internet. The following slide is of the outline. First of all, it will be the introduction of the whole research work, purpose of the research, methodology, findings. It will be followed by results analysis and conclusion. Now, to start with, the introduction part is basing on the way the EduLead found the situation in Tanzania. It started in 2018. By that time, they succeeded in teaching work, but the problem was the students were inactive, and this was largely caused by the poor methods, the methods which were not matching with the environment to make sure that the students become active while learning. Now, after the introduction, the following part is on the research purpose. The research was conducted in order to make sure that we're checking how much the EduLead has impacted the areas where the program was launched. The training, as I told you, that it started in 2018 to date, many more things were trained to teachers. After knowing the purpose, then the portion which is next is how the research was conducted. In short, we call methodology. It was a research, it was design. And descriptive research design was kept there because the nature of the respondents were able to express themselves. They were able to give out the details of what happened by that time when EduLead was learning, was trained to teachers and implemented by them. Ilala and Kigamboni are the districts where the data were collected. And here is where the schools are also available. And in way of getting the sample, convenient sampling was much better to be kept to be given priority, because all the people around the schools were the witness of this program. So whoever was there was able to give the ABCD of the EduLead program. Data collection was done, and the technique which was good for this was the interview. Interview was given priority because most of the people, not most, all of them were able to express themselves, as I told you before. That's why I chose the descriptive design of research. Data analysis was done by two different ways, and bar graph, of which later you will have to see how they were displayed. In this research work, because it was involving two stations, Al-FAROUQ and IHSAN, 28 people were involved. These are teachers and students. Even though the teachers will have to find two groups, the SMT members and the normal teacher who are teaching the classes. The following slide is on findings. EduLead is well appreciated in this school. It is said so because the analysis showed that 50% and above on the score due to the respondents' attempts, and no any item which was rated there was found to score below 50. Most of the items which are related with the EduLead, they were above 50 and above. But there is much more to be done on the part of vision, because vision, which is like a leading thing in the school, has 50%, which is almost half of it. It's supposed to be well kept in different activities. People are supposed to perform their duties, are supposed to do their activities in schools and other things which are related to education, relying on the vision. Another thing which was found there is policy. Policy is very, very important for the proper leadership. As you can find here, it was seen that due to the presence of more than one education program, sometimes it happened that leading relying on the choice of the education program of the leader. With the presence of the policy, it can help for the school to rely on the choice instead of relying on the person's interest. So policy is very, very important to be kept there so that the EduLead to be put on charge. Another thing is on the teaching and learning. It was found that PIES, which is the abbreviation for the positive interdependence, interaction, equal participation, and social relationship were found. Here, we're talking about the positive interdependence. We are talking about the dependence which is between the students. With the use of EduLead strategies, you find that students are helping each other in creating the learning. Among the strategies is one is pass the paper, where you find everybody is involved in looking for the answer. At last, everyone is having the package which is full of the answers. Another thing is on the interaction. Interaction, it is there because the use of those strategies which are in the EduLead helps the student to interact either with the partner to their shoulders or face-to-face. For instance, the use of ding dong, which is the AFL. You find the students are facing each other and everyone is supposed to give the response accordingly. Another one is the equal participation. In classes, we have students with different abilities. Due to the use of EduLead strategies, you find that the students, regardless of their abilities, they are all participating in making their learning. The slow learners and quick learners all are involved because everyone is depending on each other. So now no one is dominating the group or no one is kept silent waiting for the answers to copy. Another thing which is also very, very valuable is social relationship. As you know, relationship creates a lot of things positively. With the use of EduLead strategies, there is very strong relationship which is created by those methods. For example, the use of teaching time. You find one student help another person to learn from him. A person is explaining on a certain concept, while the partner is listening on him or her. At last, the role is exchanged. You find the one who was listening also learn from another. So they all participate here, you find social relationship. And after findings, here you find the next slide, part which is also findings. Findings here, you find that through education program, they are found in this school, EduLead and EduLead. Summary of the findings. Here you find there are two educational programs. EduLead, and roles. These are found in these schools. All of them are the programs from now. Another thing, students are now active after being involved in the EduLead program. Another thing which was found is the positive interdependence. Students are depending each other in creating their own learning. In terms of seating arrangements, now they are sitting to the extent that they are they are sitting to the extent that they are helping each other. After findings, now we have another portion which is on the results analysis. Those which you see are the items which were kept in the analysis. To the results, the analysis, as I told you before, it was in terms of percentages. These are the items which were involved. The items were the performance improvements. It showed that the way performance was before and current performance, there is a very great improvement. When you compare with this, for instance, yesterday, we got the result of the exam which we did involving the schools which are called, the exam which is called IHSAN. We were in number 4 to all the Tanzanian schools in that program. Another portion is living with the vision. This was their sitting arrangement, thinking culture, social relations, master of the knowledge. All this, when they were involved, when they are presented to the respondents, they were given the feedback in terms of percentage. As you can see, all of them are starting from 50 and above, and some of them, they have 100 scores. The lowest there is 50%, others are above 50. So there is much more to be done on performance improvement and living with the vision. The following slide show the display of how this data, the bar graph which is involving this is shown. As you can see, there is one, those with 50%, their bars are shorter than those which have 100% or less than between 50 and 100%. To a large extent, I can say EduLead has done a lot to make changes in our schools. Leaders, students, and teachers are all benefited with this program. And at last, results here, I have already explained these results. You can see the bars. The last part, which is on the conclusion, due to the fact that all the components which were presented are well accepted, strongly agreed by the respondents, the EduLead program is better to be taught in teachers' colleges, so that when the teachers get out of the colleges and go to the schools, they teach this strategy to make the students active, well involved in making their learning, and many more benefits. In fact, the strong point with this is on that which we say the presence of PIEs, which is presence, positive interdependence, which stands for P, I, interdependence, then E, equal participation of the students, E, social relationship. The presence of all these helps learners, students, and teachers as well to enjoy the learning. Thank you for your passions. Thank you for listening. Welcome back the other day when I'll be doing this, if God wishes. Best wishes on your side for spending much of your time listening to me. Thank you.